Hey, what's going on, guys? Mr. Shuckles here. Today I have another gameplay breakdown for you. This one's on Clash, and I'm using the Amida multi-tool and the low-grade humility. So the biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this video is understanding rotations and positioning and how they correspond with each other. I'll get more in depth about that as the game progresses and as there are some examples to show you guys. So if you guys ever miss a snipe, if you're like in a snipe battle, say at the beginning of a game, or you're through a choke point, and you miss your snipe and you get hit, don't pop your head back out through that exact same doorway. You notice how I missed it, I backpedaled, and then I went through and I flanked from a different angle. I was able to get quite a few kills because of that. So don't ever be predictable, miss a snipe, reposition, get a better angle, and you'll be good to go. So here's a great example of rotations. We clear a bunch of guys off the water tower, out of their spawn. At this point, we've literally flipped maps. We're no longer in spawns. We're on the opposite end of this long alleyway. But my team is all pushed to the back of A and up to A. So utilizing the weapons that I am, I need to follow these guys. I need to do two things. One, provide cover fire. If they are going against other people using snipers or long-range weapons, it's my job to take those guys out. And if they're using shotguns or blinking across the map, I need to provide, even if I just deal some damage before my team kills them, I need to provide a bunch of support utilizing the weapons that I have. Whether I get the kill or get an assist, that's my job. That's my role utilizing these weapons and being in the position that I am. So here, I have two options. I know that this guy's going to walk around the corner. I can either one, super him, which is what I do, or two, I could have backpedaled a bit as he was getting closer and utilized my Amida or my sniper for a kill. The reason I use my super there, even though it's only a one-man super, is because I'm using a scout rifle and a sniper, and the chances of me getting a multi-kill and not having any sort of consequence or repercussion afterwards isn't very likely because they're all using shotguns, so if I would have supered one and say one was close to me, I would probably die with the setup that I have. That's why I have one-man super. It's not a big deal. I had it, use it, I can get another one. So here, my team all grouped up in that little corridor in the bottom, which is a terrible idea. Same thing for positioning. It's one thing, you need to understand spacing too. It's one thing to be grouped up with your team, it's another thing to be on top of your team. When I say positioning and rotating, I'm always near my team providing support and cover fire, but I'm never so close to where one grenade can wipe us all out, and that's what they did by putting themselves in that really small position. Here, I see my team is pushing yet again, so I follow them. The reason I took the right pathway instead of the left where my team all went is two reasons. One, there could have been a sniper camped out in the back here in the water. Or two, because we flipped the spawns again, I realized that. And there could have been somebody behind me who pulled out a sniper and tried to get a cheeky snipe on my back. So I just basically ran to the right so I had some cover from both the front and the back. And I could assess the situation. So here I'm waiting around because heavy ammo is spawning. And I'm trying to provide cover fire, but at this point I have really, really terrible angles. I probably should have popped up on top of the box for the heavy ammo, but I didn't. Heavy ammo is about to spawn, and usually you'll see me pick up heavy ammo pretty damn quick. But 1 second before it spawned, I looked at my radar, and I saw that the guy in front of me was turning towards me, and I saw that the rest of my teammates were all making a movement to come actually pick up the heavy ammo. And if I can see that my team is making a move to try and get it, I will wait for them. And so the people that don't pay attention and don't run to it until like 5 seconds after it spawns, that's when I just pick it up and I don't care. If people care about the heavy ammo, they'll come to it, and that's exactly what this team did. They did a very good job, and they all deserve the heavy ammo. I really enjoy heavy ammo on this side of Rusty Lands in comparison to the other ones, for the simple fact that I have this wall right here. I'll sit on top of it, or I'll sit next to it. It provides me with a huge elevation on the enemy team, and also provides me with a bunch of cover in case they chuck a bunch of rockets at me. Here, I went to shoot that exploding barrel. Completely fluked that shot. I think it's because he just shot me and I was flinching, and just screwed up my shot. So I get the hell out of there. I knew he would throw a grenade, which if you were to listen, you'll hear the grenade too. Here's a really, really good use of the Titan Skeet. I just backpedal, and I strafe to the left at the same time. Get off a nice little grenade while I'm doing that. And I went to shoot his body, but I realized he was dead. I think I just shot it for the simple fact that I enjoyed it flying across the map. So here is a pretty, I didn't read this right. My team dies to a rocket on the right-hand side. My team's already pushed to the left, and everybody on my team that was over here, who died, has now spawned behind me. So now I'm the only one on their side of the map, and this is really, really crappy. So yes, I fluked that super. That was my first mistake. Oh, that was my second mistake, actually. The first mistake was not reading the situation right. I should have never been in that situation. Once I realized that my team was pushing, and I had two guys that were in the far back of A, I should have just booked it and ran, instead of trying to provide cover fire. Sometimes you just have to let your teammates die if they push that far in. And that was my mistake, trying to provide support for him. I was trying to just back him up, but I didn't read that our whole team had flipped fast enough, and that cost me my life. Here, the reason I told you guys I use this as an escape route, as soon as I get out of here, I can run to that water tower as well for a bunch of support from grenades or cover fire. I can heal up and then just turn on people. So it provides you with a lot of support. Here, trying to get my angles again. I see that there's a bunch of people over here rushing us. Completely fluke my snipe. Get a body shot in there. I should have just had my might out instead of my sniper. And here I should not have lived. This guy has no awareness whatsoever. Whoop. Was that an enemy? Yeah, that was definitely an enemy. He just runs right past me, has no idea what's going on, and by the time he realizes, oh crap, that was the enemy player, I've already turned around and I've got my primary out waiting for him to pop his head around the corner. So definitely understand when the enemy team is near you, don't run past them. Unless you want to be friends. I mean, being friends is okay, but he made no intention to wave to me, so I assumed he was still an enemy. Here there's a bunch of guys and they're all grouping up, so I chuck a grenade on the wall. Since I know they're going to be trying to pick me off, I'll give away my position at this point. And 2 of them run into the grenade, so that's really handy. Again, right here, I read the situation poorly. I know that they're all going back here. I know this, so I'm trying to contest it. But what I didn't think about, and what I did really poorly was, I have very, very bad angles. And I am stuck in a very small choke point against another sniper. And if you're sniping another sniper, and they're out in the open, and you're in a choke point, you are much, much easier to hit than they are. Plus, they had a guy who ran out of the corner with a shotgun, and that ended my life. So that was really crappy too. I should have just ran out of the top side and not contested that one. I should have ran back for this heavy ammo. I get a nice little body shot there. I could have aimed for the head and waited for the headshot, but he was already super low, and I'm going to try and get the kill in the fastest amount of time as possible. So, quick little body shot will do it. This guy, I don't know how he's not dead. Whether I was shooting the wall there, whether it was the delay, or what it was, I don't know. Here again, though, I'm stuck in a really, really crappy spot. We've all flipped again. I'm surrounded at this point. I don't know how this keeps happening. I hate getting flipped. People think if they play Clash, you have to flip spawns. You have to keep pushing the enemy team. That's not the case. So there's a delay I was talking about, a couple seconds before he actually died for my super. And I'm utilizing all these walls for cover, because I know this dude's chasing me with a shotgun. He's yet to pull out his damn primary on me, this stupid Titan. Up there, he still doesn't know what to do. And his buddy with the Thor ends up finishing me off. That was really unfortunate. I probably should have just stuck to the left of the van and killed the Titan. And it's a good possibility that I would have... Not a good possibility. A small possibility that I could have lived and outran that other guy. Who knows? I was just trying to play extremely tactful, though, and I keep getting the spawns flipped on me, and I really, really hate when people do that. Here, I basically scoot backwards, chuck a grenade, and easy kill, easy clean up with the primary weapon. And this becomes a super fest real quickly. Got a Fist of Panic, got a Nova Bomb, and then my Blade Dancer walks his way in here, and he's killing everything. Doing what Blade Dancers do best. Killing people. So that's pretty much it for positioning, guys, and understanding rotations and how they correspond with each other. Notice how I'm constantly providing cover fire, constantly waiting for my teammates, trying to adjust around the map, and just reading the radar and reading my teammates' HUDs and their movements. And that'll really help you when you're utilizing long-range weapons and how you can be effective with those, and how you can counter people that are using Thorn and Last Word. Later today, I will be uploading another video of me doing Rumble, using an auto rifle and a sniper, and I destroy a bunch of guys using shotguns and exotic primaries. So I thought that was pretty fun, and I'll give some commentary through that as well. I look forward to sharing that with you guys. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you're all having an awesome day, and I'll see you later.